All right, welcome back. We are doing part two, page two of solving equations with the distributive property. This is unit 4, lesson 3. We now see some fractions in here, and we're going to skip that distributive property right away. And we're going to just see, can I divide 10 by 2/3 and get out a whole number? Well, you might need to use a calculator for this. So if you have a calculator on hand, you can do that. I'm just going to show it to you with mental math. Well, not really mental math. I'm going to write it out here. 10 divided by 2/3 becomes 10 over 1 times, and we use our reciprocal, 3 over 2. What's nice about that, we can cross reduce, divide both of these by 2. We get 5 times 3, which is 15. And 1 times 1 is 1, so it's just 15. Whole number. Awesome. So that means we can divide both sides of these by 2/3. No distribution. And we inverse property, get n plus 6, and that's going to equal 10 divided by 2/3 we said is 15. One step equation here. We're going to subtract 6 to both sides. We're going to get n equals 15 minus 6 is 9. And a calculator, I know it says 6 here, but if you were doing this problem here, you would write it out as 10 divided by 2 divided by 3, and if you notice, I put that into a parenthesis, because if you don't put a parenthesis there, it's going to do order of operations. It's going to do 10 divided by 2, which is 5, 5 divided by 3, which is 1 2/3, and that's not the right answer. We wanted 15. So make sure you include those parentheses in your problem. Let's check another one. See if you can pause the video, use this example to see if you can solve this problem using division. We're going to divide by 1/4 to both sides. Pause the video, see if you can come up with that answer. Figure out what the value of D is. Welcome back. Hopefully you paused that video. Hopefully you tried this. These two cancel out. We're left with D minus 6. If you have a calculator, you should have done negative 15 divided by 1 divided by 4 in parentheses. And if you did that on a calculator, you're going to get negative 60. Okay, negative 60, whole number there. Back to a one-step problem, plus 6 plus 6. We're left with D equals negative 60 plus 6 is negative 54. All done. That's all it is. Pretty good. See if you can pause the video here. There's 2 more problems that you can try to go through. See if you can solve these problems without my help. I'm going to go through both of them here after you come back. Remember, we are using the division process to solve this, not the distribution. You can distribute, but try the division. And this one, a little bit different. See if you can figure that out before I explain it. So pause the video and come on back. All right, now that we're back, we're going to use that division process here. We're going to divide by 0.75 to both sides. I know we've been working with fractions, but if this is confusing, 0.75 as a fraction is just 3/4. So you can do it that way if you would like. Those cancel. We're left with 6 plus D equals 12 times 0.75, or if you wanted to do it as a fraction, we're going to multiply it by 4/3. Reduce, reduce. 4 times 4 is 16. Or on a calculator, it's 12 divided by 0.75, which is 16. One step here. If this is confusing for you, use the commutative property and flip it around. That looks more like what you're used to. Then solve your problem. Or you could say what plus 6 equals 16. So D equals 10. And you're done. Last one here. Now this looks a little different. If I was writing this out, that would be in parentheses. You're dividing that whole side by 2. The opposite of division is multiplication. So we're trying to get rid of that 2 on the bottom there, because we're trying to isolate that variable. These 2 cancel out. You're left with 10 plus A, and that equals 2 times 2, which is 4. Again, you can flip this around. A plus 10 equals 4. It's a commutative property. And we're subtracting 10 to both sides. And we're left with A equals 4 minus 10 is negative 6. And you're all done. And that's it. That's all we are doing for this lesson, using the distributive property we saw first and using division to solve problems that include the distributive property. If you have any questions, send me a message, comment on the video. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.